What's up, guys? This is Plus coming at you with another video for your face. And on this particular video, I'm just going to show you guys how to do a dragon attack at Town Hall 8. Now, this is not my attack, this is Ab's attack. And I saw this attack and I thought, hey, I should show you guys a little bit about this attack and how people sometimes get it wrong when they try to do drag attacks. Now, Abs is at Town Hall 8 and he's got the dragons at level 3, and that's what you need. You need about 10 dragons on an average base. You pretty much need loons in your CC. Max loons, they can't be like, lower than max. And you need 2 lightnings and a rage and an earthquake and 1 poison. Now you might be thinking, what's the poison for? But the poison's there to slow down the dragon that's normally in the CC in war, or like any other troops that you might have in CC, because obviously those troops can take away the attention of the dragons. And if your dragons are going straight in for like the air defenses, you want those troops not to really be disturbing your dragons whilst they head in for the air defense real quick. Now, in this attack, there is no CC, which is a big saving grace for Abs here. This attack is not a 3-star attack in war, because obviously most wars you have like CCs that are full, and it's not good to have like, an attack like how this attack is structured anyway. I'm going to go ahead and play the attack, and then when you see that for yourself, you're going to understand exactly what's wrong with the attack. So we go ahead and press play, and Abs comes in trying to funnel the dragons right in for the middle, and he's got the funnel going right here. Now the first problem he's going to get is this air defense is probably going to start shooting once this dragon makes his way in here. And there you go, that air defense is already taking that dragon out. So he's losing the dragon right there, and that's not good. So once you start losing the dragon, that's the first problem that you can get. Now he's dropping his dragons really slowly, and these 2 air defenses are already shooting at his dragons. And this is the biggest problem people face in this game. You got to know when to drop the rage. The rage should have been down already by now, and you probably should have had the loons being raged up by now. And he gets lucky with this attack right here because, these air defenses just don't do the job. Now the rage has gone away because you see the right. Okay, so he lightning zaps that one and breaks that one. So it's a little bit strange because like he should have done that right off the bat, off the muscle, and we would have seen that go down right from the start, and that would have been the best thing to do. The loons never got raged in this attack. So this attack, I mean, if you're watching this attack, you just kind of feel like this attack has not gone down well. It's literally just been like the base is kind of dead, or it's not really functional. But again, Abs, when you watch this video at some point, somebody's going to tell you, hey, Plus did a skit on your video. The first thing you've got to do is take away from this video like everything you did wrong in this attack. It's so visible. Like, firstly, if you had a CC in there before your dragons made it over to the air defenses over here, your dragons would have been taken out by the CC troops. Or your dragons would have been disturbed by the CC troops, and your dragons would never have made it to the actual air defenses, and the air defense would have taken them out. The second thing is, if you've got an air defense right here where it is, then the easiest thing to do is to lightning zap another one of these air defenses and just go with the rage straight at this one, and then send all your dragons towards one air defense. Now that would have made a lot more sense. Now what you've got to do all the time whenever you have air defenses is just check to see the distance between like one air defense and the next. And that will give you an idea of like, hey, can I get shot whilst attacking this air defense? Because if you can't, then you might as well just head straight for that air defense right there on its own if you can reach it. The aim is to take out the air defense as quickly as possible. Now, the other thing that Abs did wrong here was that he dropped his dragons. I always tell a lot of players, hey, why do you drop your dragons like one at a time? Remember, the air defense is shooting at your dragon. So the more dragons you have on the field, the more damage you're causing to the attacker or to the defender. And the more you have a chance of taking out that air defense a lot faster. If you do what Abs did here, you have less of a chance of taking out the air defense because the air defense is taking out your troops one at a time. And that means with that one at a time effect that the air defense is taken, you need to attack the whole base as quickly as possible to reduce the total damage time that the air defense is doing to all your dragons. I don't know if that makes sense to some of you. I hope it makes sense to a few of you, but it's just not a good idea if you have your air defense like shooting at you and you have your dragons, you're dropping them one at a time. Now I've seen that a lot in wars with a lot of players from like both clans, and what you do tend to get is you get a player that like he drops his dragons like one, and then he drops another one, then he drops another one, and you're never gonna get that 3-star logic down at Town Hall 8. Now this base didn't have a CC, and it didn't have any like real defensive structures. It even had some defensive structures being upgraded, and all he ended up with here was like 3 dragons at the end of it. Now you shouldn't really have just 3 dragons at the end of a raid. You know, when you're doing dragon attack, you should have like a lot of your dragons still alive, especially on a base like this where the base doesn't even look that good. The base isn't even that strong. You should really be having a lot more dragons than what he had left. So, you know, overall, I mean, this has turned out to be a 3-star. And hey, you know, when it comes to wars, we always say a 3-star is a 3-star, is a 3-star is a 3-star. But this particular attack, it leaves room for improvement. Now, guys, if you want me to come in and give you some feedback on your attacks, you know, hey, put the attack in your clan chat and let me know, like, hey, look, can you please have a look at this attack and tell me what you think? Plus, and I will come in and I'll have a look and I'll give you some feedback. And if you're lucky, you know, hey, you might make it to the new series, you know, attacking with plus. And this is where I'll just take an attack that I see in the chat and I'll just take it out and I'll give some feedback on it. And also, I think this is probably what most of you want to see, you know, like, because you probably want to understand how to attack better. And it's not useful for me to show you war attacks because war attacks are, there are attacks. You know, we tell people how to attack in war because this is the most successful method of attacking in war. So if you want to see like improvements in your own attacks, then probably if you drop a message in the clan chat and just say, hey, can someone have a look at this and give me some feedback? Then if I'm around, I'm gonna take it and I'll give you some feedback and I might even make a video. So Abs, this is your video. It's not a spotlight video because, you know, spotlight is different. Spotlight is for people at war where they're just not performing. And, you know, that's a whole different thing. This video is just an attacking with plus. And that means where you make an attack and I'll come in and I'll give you an attack feedback. And I'll give you a video-based feedback and tell you how you did wrong and how you can make it better. And then obviously if it's a really good attack, I'm not going to tell you anything other than you go ahead, you do what you're doing. But yeah, in this particular attack, I just feel like there was so much wrong with the dragon attack here. And 3 different things that I noticed is the speed of the drop of the dragons, the allowance for the air defenses to start shooting your dragons. And obviously you've got to do the maths, dude. Like if the dragons are on the field for like 20 seconds, if in that 20 seconds, for 5 of those seconds, your dragon's being shot, and you have only 5 dragons down instead of 10 dragons. Remember, the dragons are putting an output. Okay, this is getting technical, so keep your ears open. The dragon's putting an output. The dragon's putting an output, which you kind of need to put in mind. So if your dragons have that output, then you should really kind of think about it like, hey, the dragon has an output damage that's only going to last for X amount of time. If I put the dragon down for Y amount of time, now, if that's tricky for you, then, hey, you know, you just need to make it simple. If you have 10 dragons on the pitch and they're dealing five hit point damage, if you think about it for the first 5 seconds, you know, there's 50 seconds, 50 damage or 50 hit points with those 10 dragons. If you drop 5 dragons, those dragons are putting out 25 hit points of damage, for example, right? In that 5 seconds that you've left them out there. So you're only getting 5 times 5. You're not getting 5 times 10 worth of damage. So you've got to think, you've got to drop the dragons, all of them as quickly as possible to get that times 10 damage ratio going on. Because if you drop only 5, you're getting only 50% of the damages from your dragons. If you drop only 6, you're getting only 60%, and you're missing 40% for the first part of the first part of the attack. So what you need is to get all your dragons down as quickly as possible and just cross your fingers and hope for the best. You know, that's the most important thing in this game. Cross your fingers, hope for the best, and hopefully the best will happen. Now, anyway, guys, this has been Plus coming at you with another video for your face, and this is Attacking with Plus. I'm going to go ahead and tell Abs, hey, if you want me to look at another video of you attacking or anything like that, if you take the feedback from this particular video and you work with that, then if you want, you can put another attack up there and I'll have a look at it when I get a moment and I'll give you some feedback, or one of the guys will have a look at it and I'll probably get a chance to see it afterward and I'll give you some feedback. This has been your boy Plus, signing out. See ya.